Chris. Again, welcome to my basement gym as we start another session of stretch and relax. So, hopefully this is going to be a nice little icing for the end of your day. Maybe it's a great way to start your day. My goal is just you find yourself a bit more relaxed, a little more unwound, releasing tension within our head, neck, shoulders, and our hips. So, let's start standing. Let's get warm. Okay, so feet comfortable distance apart underneath our hips, and let our body weight just gently sway forward and back as we focus on finding that center. We're not going to use much today for props. We'll use our block, we'll use our strap. We won't use a chair this time. Just find ourselves easing a bit more into our heels and let the body weight settle into your heels. Good. Pausing right there. And then gently feel the body weight shift from one foot to the other. Finding that center where our body weight is equal. And pausing right there. Good. Now, let's think about lifting our arches up away from the floor. All four corners of our feet are anchored, our big toe, our pinky toe, and the corners of our heels. Let's rotate our shin bones a little bit more forward. That's aiding in the lift of our arches. Rotating our thigh bones a little bit more open, bringing the seam of our pants, our shorts, or whatever we're wearing at this time a little bit more forward. That's helping to pull our tailbone underneath us and bringing a little bit of activity within our belly. It's a gentle tension. Let that tension creep up to our sternum as we lift our sternum towards our nose. Allowing our shoulders to settle back. Imagine holding that kindergarten pencil between the shoulder blades. We've done this before, so I hope this is something that's a bit more natural, a bit more comfortable to fall into. And our ears are over our shoulders. So nothing straight like a soldier, no sticking the chest out. It's just a gentle lift of the sternum. Our shoulders roll back and pull down. Our chin, instead of out front, is drawn back so that our ears may be over our shoulders. Feel free, take a moment, close your eyes. If that offsets your balance and makes you shaky, that's okay. You may keep your eyes open. Or if you're next to a wall or have a chair handy, let your eyes close and have your fingertips touching something to anchor you. Let's take a moment and focus on our breathing, taking away that external cue of visual, of seeing something that might distract you, and bringing ourselves within ourselves. Let's feel the belly lift and spread apart as we inhale, and feeling our belly fall as we exhale. It's okay if you feel like you're swaying a little bit. You're just finding your space within the room. You'll settle. If it does not feel comfortable, again, you don't have to close your eyes. Inhale fully. Feel the ribs expand. Feel the belly expand. And exhale. Let each breath fill the belly, filling and expanding. Let each exhalation release any tension, any thoughts. Just to calm the mind. Bringing awareness to ourselves and taking away the focus on energy that is not worth our time right now. We are important. We need to take care of ourselves. This is our time. Let's take full advantage of it. Let's open those eyes, bringing our hands to heart center. Feel the connection between the hands. Let's take them through the middle. Elbows come closer together, pausing right by our eyes, open like a book, and casting the arms out. Again, through the middle, elbows close, pausing at our eyes and opening and casting out. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhaling and exhale, casting out. Inhale and casting out. 1 more time. Inhale and casting out. Good. Let's reverse that as we come up. Taking up a lot of space. Stretch and draw through the middle, drawing energy in. Inhale. Spreading the fingertips apart and pulling down. 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Opening up the heart to the ceiling. 1 more time. Good. Inhale through lip. Lacing our fingertips together. We draw the elbows back, framing our ears, tailbones tucked under, stitch the ribs to the hips. Good. Pressing out to the left and reaching to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale as we change sides. Elbows straight. Stitch the ribs down. Try not to flare out and stick the chest out. And back center. 1 more time. Other side. Again, draw the elbows back. Frame the face. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, other side. 1 last time. Push the hips out. Press the foot through the floor. And center. As we reach out, touch the walls. Lacing our fingertips behind our back. Opening up through the chest. Now, if you cannot lace your fingertips behind your back, maybe you're still a little tight, feel free to make a fist and squeeze the elbows together. Let's release. Looking over our right shoulder and center and left and center. 2 more times. Allow your breath to be whatever it is. 1 last time. Just remember to breathe deeply. Make the belly raise and fall. Bring our head center. Let's pour water out of our right ear. Left fingertips reaching outward to the floor. And back center. And pouring water out of our left ear. Right fingertips reach out to where the wall and the floor would meet. Center. 2 more times. Pour and reach. And lift. Other side. Pour and reach. Changing sides 1 last time. Each side. Just let the weight of the head fall off to the side, pouring water out of the ear. 1 last time. Good. And chin to chest. Make your ears your pivot point and chin to the ceiling. Palms forward, flaring the fingertips apart. Flip the palms away, palms down. And flip the palms towards me, looking up. 2 more times. And up. Let the facial muscles relax. You can feel the tension pulling your mouth open. And look up. Bringing our head level. Now this time, I want us to look up and let the mouth open. And on a count of 3, we're going to close our mouths. So inhale and exhale, looking up. Let the mouth open. And now close it for 3, 2, 1. And release. Feeling a little stretch right down the front of the neck. We're going to do that again. Count to 3 in your head. Hold the mouth shut. Bring the teeth together. Don't clench, but just bring them together. So looking down and up, let the mouth open and close, counting to 3. And 1. One more time. Looking down and look up, opening, and now close for 3 seconds. And release. Good. One more time, bringing our chin down, lacing our fingertips behind our head. And again, this is just the weight of our hands. We're pivoting at the ears. Just allow the weight to rest on the back of the head, feeling a wonderful stretch down the back side. Good. Releasing the hands first, and then lifting our head as we do the same thing for our right side. Let's pour water out of our right ear. Bring our right arm up, wrapping it around our head towards our ear. And then just allowing the weight of our arm to draw the ear closer to the shoulder. Left hand fingertips reach outward to where the wall and the floor would meet. Keeping our sternum lifted, our shoulders back. Try not to let the slump happen. We're holding that kindergarten pencil between our shoulder blades. Good. And again, first thing we want to do is relax that left hand, release the right before we lift our head, removing that weight. Same thing, other side. Let's pour water out of our left ear. Reach out with that right hand. Bring the left arm up and way over. Wrapping the arm around the head. Hands rest on the side of our face. Now allowing the weight of our arm to gently draw the ear closer to the shoulder. Don't let the chest round. Lift the sternum. Hug that kindergarten pencil between the shoulder blades. Breathe. Good. Soften the arm. Releasing the arm from our head and lifting. And one more time. Looking right and looking left. Good. Let's take the shoulders straight up to our ears. Pull them back and let them fall down. Let's do that again. Up, squeeze back, and fall down. Again, just up, straight back, and down. One last time. Lift up, straight back, and down. Good, let's grab our straps. Again, if you don't have a strap, you can always grab a broomstick. You can grab a belt, you can grab a towel, whatever you can have will allow you to do next little stretches. We're going to start again with our hands comfortable distance apart. An idea is one hand's at noon, the other hand is at 9 o'clock. That way, it's kind of a nice start. So bringing our strap or whatever we have across our lap, sweeping, arcing it just to the crown of our head and back down. What we want to imagine is our shoulders rolling back and then pulling down. We're also giving the shoulders a little squeeze together. Maybe not much of a hold the pencil, but pretend like we want to fold a piece of paper in half. We want to fold it right down the middle of our spine, bringing the left side of the paper and the right side of the paper together. So the action of our shoulder, if you'd please keep going, is as we sweep up, the shoulder rolls back, and then our back folds together, opening up through our chest. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. Stitching the rib to the hip, and back down. 2 more times. Last one. Good. Let's take it up one more time, pausing at the top, pressing our feet through the floor, pushing the hips off to the left, pulling that left arm up and over with that right. Now can we open up towards the ceiling? Let our gaze go upward, lifting and separating the ribs down the whole left side. And our gaze forward. So we lift and change sides, pushing our hips to the right, pulling the right arm over, lifting and separating our ribs. And now opening up our chest to the ceiling slightly, letting the gaze travel upward. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. Gaze forward, coming back as we bring the strap back in front of us. Let's bring the strap fully overhead. If you need to widen your grip, please do so. If you have issues where there's no strap or stick wide enough to allow you to do this range of motion, you can still do this. What I recommend is when you get to that stuck spot where you can't go any further, bend the elbow slightly and make it about the focus of that one arm. And then do the same thing for the other arm. You get to that sticking point and bend the opposite arm. And now the focus is just on this arm. Okay? Let's do this 2 more times. That way, if you're doing it singly, you're able to do each side. Last one. Hopefully by now your shoulders are awake. They're a little bit more free. And we're going to take that strap behind us one more time. And this time, let's wrap up on it so that the back of our hands rest on our gluteals. We're going to pull that strap in 2. Let's tuck our tailbones under. Sternum lifts to our nose, but we're still stitching our rib to our hips, so we don't want to take this into a flare. All it is if we're kind of here, it's a little lift, like we're being stretched out. But then our ribs are stitched to our hip. So from here, tearing the strap in 2, imagine you just want to breach the ground. Squeeze the shoulders together. This time, we're trying to break a pencil or really fold that piece of paper super hard. Pausing here. Work the hands down a little bit more. Let the breath go to the tension within our collarbone. Patience here. Good. We still have the strap. What I'd like for us to do is take that right arm across our lower back and gently pull on the strap, drawing it a little bit further across. Feeling a gentle stretch in the front of our shoulders. For me, this is perfect. I have very poor shoulder mobility. This may not be enough for you. If it is not enough, feel free to take that strap and draw the arm up to bring your thumb to the base of the opposite shoulder. For me though, this is more than enough of a stretch. I'm keeping my chest lifted, my ribs stitched in, I'm not collapsing, trying to maintain that wonderful mountain pose posture that we set up in the beginning of our class. And now we're going to change sides. We're just going to take the strap in the other hand, draw the strap low. If we need to choke up on it, go ahead. And again, this side I have a little bit more mobility. So maybe I'll draw my thumb up. So, everyone's different. Everyone has different mobility. It's okay. One side's a little different for me because of injury and cumulative trauma. So it just tells me that one shoulder needs more attention than the other as far as increasing that mobility. It's not right, not wrong. It just is what it is. We need to accept where our bodies are at this time and embrace that. Let's take the strap in both hands, just outside the frame of our hips. And again, tear that strap in two. And one more time, lifting our sternums up, push through the floor, tailbone tucks under. Try not to make this about the low back again where we're arcing. This is from our rib cage up, okay? Breathe. Now soften the knees as we come into a forward fold. And again, we're not trying to crank and rotate those shoulders forward. This is a hinge of the hip joint, and we're still tearing that strap in two. Breathe. Pressing through the floor to lift. Drive the heels down, drive the fists down. Pull that strap in two. Inhale. And exhale. Release. Good job. Let's come to the floor. We're going to be doing some kneeling. So if you do have knee issues and you're on a hard surface like I am, this is my basement. This is just tile on a cement floor. Feel free to make a wrinkle within your mat. What I'm going to do is actually turn my mat. Do I want to? No, I'm going to leave it here. Never mind me. But I will make a little wrinkle. And that's going to be where? My right knee, my left knee is going to be. We're going to start with the right side. So this is going to be like the faces of a clock. We're going to be at noon. We'll be at 2 o'clock, 1:30, and then we're going to end at 3 o'clock. So we do some nice, easy lunging. So starting at noon, my knee is under my hip. I have a 90-degree bend in my lead leg, and I want to again start off with my tailbone tucked under. The other foot on the ground, let's rest the top of the foot on the ground. Tuck those toes under, take them out, let the top of the foot be there. If that causes any strain on your ankle joint, maybe roll up a small little towel, put it underneath your heel, or if it's better, curl your toes under and tuck them in like this. Otherwise, we're going to be right here. So starting at our noon position with our lead leg, I'm going to sneak it out just a little bit, opening up the bend in my knee. It's going to allow me to lunge forward. So hopefully you can see my foot in the frame. And all I'm going to do is tailbone tucked under, our low back stays long, and shifting our weight forward, feeling that tension, the stretch within our hip. Pause here, and come back. Let's do this 2 more times. Tailbone tucks under, and come forward. You feel a blossom of the stretch, and come back. Good. One more time. Tailbone tucks under, and come forward into the lunge. You can see I'm not coming forward super far. I'm only coming forward enough to where I feel the blossom of the stretch. I'm not collapsing into my low back. My low back is still lovely and long and not doing this. So tailbone under into the lunge. Let's pause on this last one. Let's take the top of the foot on the ground, gently push it into the floor, feeling that blossom of tension increase. And count backwards from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back. And then just toe heel, opening up. So we're kind of at 1:30 on the face of a clock. And now our lunge is going to go in this direction. This foot doesn't change. This leg does. Now, the direction of our lunge is this way. Pause. And back. Again, our tailbone is still tucked under. Sternum is still lifted. A change in the stretch though. You can tell it. It's not right here in the quadricep. We're moving more to the inner thigh. Good, this is our third. Let's pause here. And then again, gently pressing the foot. Just a little press into the floor, counting backwards from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now going all the way to 3 o'clock. So now my heel is lined up with my knee and my toe is pointing out to the wall. And the lunge is going to be, again, in the direction of our knee. Again, come into the lunge. I'm going to wiggle my foot out just a little bit so my knee and my ankle are stacked in my end of position. And then back. 2 more times. Not resting my weight here. This is just for balance. Again, tailbone tucks under, super firm. Don't let the tailbone relax and stick out. Hold it under. This is our last one. Holding here, okay? And then again, a little activation as we push the top of our foot through the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As we come back in and we change sides, we do the same thing with our other leg. So putting your knee on the wrinkle if you have hard floor like I do, and then coming forward to noon. My knee is under my hip, my tailbone is tucked under, my lead leg is a 90-degree bend. Now scooch it out just a little bit so we have room for our lunge. And again, tailbone under. As we shift our weight forward, you can feel that blossom of the stretch within our quadricep, our hips, and then back. 2 more times. Come forward, feel that blossom, pause, and back, and this time we hold. Come forward into the lunge, tailbone tucks under firmly. Even give the glutes a good squeeze, keep that. And now gently pressing the foot into the floor, counting backwards from 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, easing back. All right, we're gonna go to 10:30. So we're walking that foot out, and then again, the direction we lunge is the same as what our knee and our toe is pointing. So again, tailbone tucked under firm, Always tuck that tailbone under. Come into the lunge. And back. Good. 2 more. And back. 1 last time. Into the lunge. Hold that lunge. Tailbone is tucked under. Now pressing the foot into the floor and then counting back from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ease out. And then let's come to 9 o'clock. And then our lunge is again, same direction as our toe. Tailbone tucked under. Don't let the spine collapse. Tall and long. And again, coming into that lunge. And then toe feel up just a wee bit for me. Ooh, there we go. And pressing back. One more. Let's all hold here. Give the glutes a good squeeze. And again, pushing the foot through the floor and counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back. Good job. Let's take that wrinkle out. I'm going to move my wrinkle. I'm going to bring it to the end of my mat. Because this leg is going to be here. We're going to extend the other leg out. Toe pointed to the side, tailbone tucked under. Big lift. And as we bring our right hand down over top of the right leg, no body weight here. Garden gate. Pressing the knee through the floor. Feeling the stretch within the hips. Lifting and separating our ribs. Opening up the chest to the ceiling. Try not to rotate towards the ground, but open up towards the sky. Breathe. Inhale. And as we exhale, let's come up to a letter T. And then bringing it to the floor in a tripod as we open up down the length of our right side. Good. One more time. Coming back up to T, using our core strength to lift ourselves. Reaching out into our garden gate. Breathe. Opening the chest up. And then lifting back to T. And reach out. Bringing the hands down to tripod as we open up the ribs on our right side. Breathe. Using core strength to hold a T as we change sides. So I'm going to change my wrinkle. And again, if you don't need the wrinkle, wonderful. My knees thank me for making that wrinkle. Wrinkles can be good. And then coming into our garden gate again. Toe pointed to the side. We have a soft knee. I should really harp on that. I don't want us to lock out that knee and hyperextend it. So keep it just a gentle softness in it. Arms come to T. Let's reach across our left leg. This hand is just floating on the leg. I'm not putting my body weight into it. That can cause strain on the knee joint. But open up towards the sky. Breathe. Lifting and separating through the ribs, pushing through the floor. And back to T. And bringing the arm down into a tripod as we open up the left side. Breathe. Using core strength, lifting back up. And one more time, reaching out for our garden gate. Opening up the chest towards the ceiling. Again, we don't want to rotate towards the floor. Keep it open. Pressing the leg through the floor. Core strength helps us come to T. As we do a tripod on the floor and reach across our ear. Lifting back up. And let's toe heel in until we feel comfy. As we come down. If you don't have a block, grab a pillow. Otherwise, we're going to have a seat upon our sit-upons. I do like to sit on the front edge of the block. It helps with getting the hips to be rotated. If you don't need a block, wonderful, have a seat upon the floor, but as you can see, if I sat on the floor without my block, my knees are pointing to the sky, and it's really hard to get into those hips, to get them to unwind when there's that much tension. So having the block allows me to let my hips open and let my knees relax down. Now, sitting like this can cause some irritation for some people, so if it bothers you, maybe this knee's kind of achy today and crabby, feel free to extend it out, okay? So, taking sort of record of how we feel and altering things to what fits us for the day is what we need to do, okay? So, again, remember, taking care of ourselves is important. We are important. So let the hands fall in our laps, on our knees, wherever it feels comfortable. Let the fingertips touch the thumb. Doesn't matter which one or what, just complete the circle. Let's close our eyes again for a moment. Take stock in how we're feeling. Maybe the shoulders feel a little bit better, maybe the hip does, maybe the knees or the ankles need a little bit more love. Good. Let's bring our hands by our sides, fingertip on the floor. You'll have to excuse me, I have a little creepy crawly coming towards me, and you need to go away. Again, basement gym. Coming into our easy seated twist. Inhale and exhale. Breathe. We're going to change sides. My little buddy's coming back to me. Yo, buddy. That way. And come back to center. As we change sides. Inhale and exhale. Didn't know I'd have an audience today. One more time. Let's change sides. And exhale. We'll change sides with our seated twist. Inhale and exhale. Let's bring one foot in front of the other, changing what's there. We'll do this again. We're going to feel a little different. One side may be easier than the other. And again, there's no right or wrong. It's just what it is. It's our body just letting us know that one side's a little bit tighter than the other. We need to give it a little bit more love, a little bit more attention. Inhale and exhale. Try not to lean back or lean to the side. Let's come back around. Inhale and exhale into our twist. And changing sides one last time. Inhale and exhale. Come off of our blocks. My little buddy's back. You can see him, he's just a little centipede guy. No, little buddy, you need to go away. Shoot, shoot. Oh, this is gonna make for fun. Let's come off of our blocks. Have a seat, and then bring up the right knee. Give it a good hug. And let's bring our right leg across. And again, if your foot can touch the floor, great. If it can't, don't worry about it. It can be up in the air. You can always slide it down a little bit closer to your ankle, especially if you've got a big barrel chest going on. So, starting here, let's give a hug, lifting nice and tall. Right hand comes down right by our hip. Either tripod or flat hand, pressing through the floor as we draw our chest across. One more rotation for the day. Our left leg is active, leg pressing into the floor. Our foot is flexed, sitting up nice and tall. Good. Unrotate, and then bringing the foot above the knee. You can gently press the knee down, giving a little support. If you'd like, a little fold. Or if you do have that mobility, placing the foot in the crook of the elbow, cradling and giving a little rock. Me, this works just fine. Breathing into the tension. Allowing ourselves to enjoy where we are currently at in our mobility at this time, and knowing that we can always improve if we dedicate that time. It's okay if we don't have the time. Maybe right now just maintaining our sanity is enough. So again, my goal is to give you just the moment to breathe, to relax, and embrace where we currently are. Let's release where we are at, untangle the legs, shake them out, and changing sides. So we're going to draw in that left leg, give it a good hug, and then bringing the left foot across wherever it feels comfortable. It can be high up or down low. As we give it a big hug, taking that left hand right by our hip, making a little tripod. Or the hand can fully touch as we press through the floor, coming into rotation. And let's undo our twist. Bringing the foot above the ankle. And again, if this feels great, wonderful, stay here. Maybe you would like to fold, or maybe you'd like to cradle the foot in the crook of the elbow, drawing up and cradle rocking. Again, remember to embrace where we are currently at. My mobility is low, can be better in some areas. It's okay. This feels wonderful for me. Find what feels wonderful for you. Nothing should be to the point where you have to strain your breathing. Breath should be calm. It should feel invigorating. So find that magic spot for you. Just breathe. Good. Let's undo that. Take the legs back out, give them a good shake. Let's point the toes, okay? And flex them back. Point those toes and flex back. One last time. Let's bring the soles of our feet together. And I'm not drawing my feet in super close. They're a little out. Let it be open. We have our blocks handy. We put our block right by our heels, stacking up your fists. What I want us to do is just relax, release, be very passive and drape over the opening between the knees, okay? And just let the breath go, let the tension go. And when the tension starts to soften, maybe take a fist away. Maybe take both of them away. Maybe your forehead can rest on the block and you can alter the size of your block. Be patient with this though, okay? So come with me, releasing all tension. Take a big breath. And as we exhale, round over, drape over. And let yourself be totally weighted. Let your head be heavy on your fists. And again, if you feel tension release, feel free to release a fist. You don't need to keep that fist there. Let the breath go to the tension within the back and then the hips. And when you feel softness developing, maybe change the height. We'll be here for just a little bit, so be patient. Let's not rush this stretch. Let it help take some of that tension out from our low back. We feel it release more. Maybe we can release the hands totally. Maybe we can change the height of the block. Let the breath go to the tension within the low back and in our hips. Just enjoy the feeling, the changes taking part. We can feel the unwinding of our muscles, the tension softening. Make the back expand as you inhale and fall as you exhale. Slowly taking the fingertips off to the sides, we walk ourselves back up. Let's move our blocks off to the side. Let's swing our feet around. We'll come to a final relaxation, tucking our tailbones under, uncurling down. Let's draw our knees to our chest. Give a little hug. Stretch. Hands reaching in opposite directions. Toes pointing, reaching in opposite directions. Good. And let's come to a final relaxation. Feel free if you'd like to bring the knees up, turning the toes inward, feet wide, and allowing the knees to drift towards one another. Gives that low back a little bit of a break. just got done stretching it out. And then head side to side one more time. We're not standing up doing it in space. We're doing it with total support from the floor. Good. Let's get one more hug. Remember, you can be above the knees or behind. Big hug and rock and roll side to side. Let the knees fall away. Let the head relax back. Continue that rock till the feet touch. Good. Feel free to come on up. You can roll onto your side or rock and roll as seated. I hope today was a wonderful way to end your day, or a nice way to start. My goal again is just to allow you to unwind, get out of your head, and kind of stretch those repetitive spots that are always tight, our shoulders, our neck, our low back, our hips. So I'm hoping this is exactly what you need. And I would love any feedback directed to Collins Aerospace Rec Center so that way I can improve for you. So again, thanks for coming and enjoy your day.